Right, just got down to the lake about 40 minutes ago, set the rods up, time to set the bivvy up, Titan T1. I've had it about 2 years now. I like to do my reviews after I've had it a while, not after it's just come out. That way I can tell you all the flaws, any problems I've had, and how I'm getting on with it, honestly. Worth pointing out as well, I bought this with my own money, nothing to do with Nash. This is my review, completely unbiased. I'm going to tell you the good and the ugly. Right, let's get started. Right, worth pointing out, it is quite heavy, and it is quite a long, big bag. I'd say about 1.2, 1.3 metres. I've been used to having sort of tracker Tempest bivvies in the past. This is a lot heavier. However, I think the added built-in ground sheet and the strength of the bivvy and what you get back from it, it's worth its weight. Right, if you're looking to buy one of these, it's going to set you back about £500 for the basic kit. That's at the time of making this review at the start of 2024. Wraps and add-ons are going to cost you back a little bit more money, but you know, I think it's a good value for what you get. Right, I've done about 50 nights in this, and my last one was last winter, so I'm not sure what I'm about to open up here, but let's have a look. Two little clips, they just keep everything nice and tight. What I like about the case is there's ample room for everything. Right, I've got myself here a bivvy mat that I put at the front of the bivvy. I don't like muddy feet in the bivvy. Keeps everything nice and clean. And I've got a ground sheet which I lay out on the ground. Again, it's £500 investment. I want it kept nice and clean, so I did buy the additional ground sheet which I lay out flat before I set the bivvy up. So we'll go through that in a second. And inside here, looks in good condition. That's the actual bivvy. So we'll get this unfolded and start putting it up, show you how it sort of goes together. Right, also got your little peg bag, nice and tidy. Again, nice little touch that it keeps them all organised, keeps them all together. I haven't managed to lose one yet, and one thing, depending on which lake you're on, you may or may not want to bring, causing some arguments, the old mallet. It's a big old bivvy, it's got quite a big footprint, so just make sure in some of the smaller swims you might have and some of the lakes you fish that it will actually fit, because I have struggled in the past.
Does that fit?
Yeah. Right, there we go. I've set out my ground sheet, and like I say, whatever the elements, this is going to be kept nice and clean and protected. And you can see that from the bottom, the undercarriage of the bivvy. It looks pretty brand new, really, and that's 50 nights in, and that's sort of testament to this ground sheet. Yeah, it's just keeps this in a nice condition. I went and bought some Velcro straps, just on a little clip like that. And what these do, just off of Amazon, a couple of £1. What they do is when you fold it up to put it away, it keeps it nice and tight, and they're quite easy to put on and put off. But it just makes it nice and snug inside the carry case. Right, there's a case of just unfolding it. And just like all Nash bivvies, pretty much just putting these poles together.
The poles fit together easily and well?
Yeah, what I would say, so this is the first issue, is this rib has come away from here. Now, I've looked after this quite well. It's not a problem because it does sort of just go back into there and stay there, but there's something that's sort of come off that stopped that actually connecting to it. But once it's up, it doesn't matter. But I did report that to Nash. I didn't get a reply. So
yeah,
just the first little issue there. Right, this is that magic shot that it looks like Mary Poppins magic doing it, where they just flip open the bivvy and it kind of comes out lovely. Probably not going to look like this for me. So in theory, you're supposed to pick it up by both the end bits, pull it right round, then pull this bit out here right to the end.
See, got it on. Took a little wrestle,
Yeah,
but
it does need a bit of wrestling. It usually just means one of the feet are caught up. But that's the main bulk of the bivvy up. So I'm just turn it around the way I want it. There we go. As you can see, that rib has stayed perfectly in place. It doesn't affect performance whatsoever, but it is just something that's a little bit of a niggle when you've sort of paid £500 or £600 for something. But yeah, that's up. It's time to start pegging it in. Right, time to start pegging it in. I would start with the back, keep it nice and firm, and hopefully this is going to go in without the need for a mallet. Look at that, lovely jubbly. Let's work our way around. Right, I've got the storm poles, but what I've just done is put in this tension bar. That just keeps everything nice and tight, and when this is up properly, this is quite a nice sort of flat space to be able to pop something down while you're getting your rods ready. So yeah, I've always got stuff lying all over the top of here. It's a bit like a outdoor bivvy table for me. But right, we're just going to get these storm poles in. Right, spot the problem, see it off.
oh,
Right, so as you can see, one of these tighteners on the storm pole is actually seared off. It's a really thin bit of metal that's used to sort of tighten them. And fair play, Nash actually sent me a new storm pole, and I'm still able to use this one because while one of them is still working, I still can tighten it. So it's in sort of in good working order. But in my garage at home, I've actually got a brand new storm pole. It happened the second time of using it, which again is pretty poor. There's sort of a plastic that merges into the metal, but either way it is very thin. And I thought if that happens after second use,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that it's going to happen again, but it hasn't. And I've got a spare one, so the complaint's sort of handled pretty well. But still, I would expect it again for the money to be a little bit better quality than that.
you think it'd be better thicker?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. A little bit finicky. There's a thread on top of the pole there, and that connects to this, which goes through that hole. So you sort of lose visibility of the thread. So that sort of goes through there. And you've just got to wiggle it to find the right spot. Good. And then twist the storm pole round, and that is connected. So we do the same to the other side. Nice. While this is all nice and slack, we're just going to sort of velcro this bit through there, and it's easier to do it before we tighten the tension on the storm poles. So yeah, just pop that in there like that, and now we just need to get the tension right. Tighten them up. Same again on this side. Obviously I've only got the one Titan on this side, but again, still works. Tighten that up. That's what I was saying about the top bit here. That is quite a nice surface to sort of just put things down, put your phone up there, a few bits of tackle, PVA bags, whatever you're doing to sort of get ready to get the rod out really. Right, let's open her up. And first thing I like, so it's very dark when everything's all zipped down, but we can actually zip up this bit here. So we've got a mesh front you can see through. It's got the same on each of these sides as well. So we can sort of roll these up. Nice little clips, nice little feature, which I kind of like really. So, but I'm going to roll my door up. I tend to sleep with my bivvy door open so I can get to my rods quicker. Otherwise, it's a mess. I'm tripping over stuff. I can't undo the zip. It's just easier for me. So again, these just roll up. Little clips in at the top. Like that. Same on the other side. And inside, as you can see, it's a bit of dust and mess from the last time I've used it. Now the first thing I'll do here, and we've got the nice inner capsule inside, but to pull out the ground mat nice and firm, there's these two elasticated rings, and what I normally do, it's normally the perfect tension, is just tuck it inside the storm pole like that on both sides, and that makes the inside nice and flat, perfect. Do the same again on this side. There we go. We're all set up. Let's show you inside. This is a nice little touch as well. So we've got the mesh door. Again, during the day, you're sort of in and out. You might be chilling on your bed. So you can sort of roll this up. That can either ring in like this on both sides. And then what you can do is completely encapsulate that doorway altogether so you can't trip over it. It's nice and tidy, particularly if you're like me, you keep everything open at night and you want to get in and out pretty quickly.
Lovely day today, Jay.
It is a lovely day, probably too hot for me, so what I like to do is get the old air vent open at the back. So these are velcroed and zipped. They're not going to be flapping around if they're closed, and again it's just a case of rolling these up. And strapping them up, and that honestly creates such a nice airflow going through the bivvy. Do the same on this side.
Also, always handy to be able to see out the back of your bivvy for security reasons.
Yeah, it is.
Just in case you start hearing a few suspicious footsteps or something.
Or you see like a really boring angler from the swim next door.
Yeah.
You spot who it is straight away and pretend to be asleep, make a few snoring noises.
That's your run!
Oh. There we go. Nice little bonus.
I'll tell you what, if you want to see what fish this is, you don't just do review videos, do a series called Back of the Land and that.
Yeah.
Check out the latest video on the island's carp fishery to see what this is.
Oh my god.
Oh, it feels like a good.
There we go. I've got my bed chair up, tracker bed chair. It's quite a nice size, but you know, you can get loads of stuff underneath here. There is tons of space in front of you to do all sorts of rig making. You can sit a chair in front of here if you want to. I've even bought my kid before and got a couple of bed chairs in here, and if you're a complete sardo like me, then you can get out the old AstroTurf mat just to complete the look. There we go, that completes my review for the Nash Titan T1 Bivvy. Overall it is pricey, but how thick the material is, the fact that it keeps the light out, it keeps you nice and cool when it's full sun, The vents allow airflow when it's really hot. I wouldn't be without it. I love the fact that it's all encapsulated. You're getting no bird life or rodents or anything else sneak in under the bivvy. It feels nice and secure. Like I say, I've done about 50 nights in it now, and I'm thrilled with it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. We're going to start carrying out lots and lots of reviews, and we're going to try and do it like we've done with this one, with stuff we've actually been using for a while, rather than something we've got out the box for like 3 minutes and we'll never look at it ever again.
And stuff we've paid for with our own money.
Yes.
And,
most importantly, stuff we paid for with
and
our own
nothing.
money.
Yeah, we're not on any.
I'm not getting paid for this, so you know, at least subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.